Hang on to your seat, baby, because this one's a screamer. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
What is going on, entertainers? So today I'm coming to y'all with another video. This time we're doing another interview. As y'all can see with my background, today we are interviewing Romina. So she's on the Netflix show called Members Only. I've been talking about it for like damn near since the year started when it did drop. If you guys haven't checked it out, please do. I was somebody who was apprehensive in watching it because I'm like, what is this? I watched it and it was actually really, really entertaining. So what is going on, Romina?
Hi.
Please introduce yourself to the audience if they're not familiar with you.
Hi guys, I'm Romina and I am on the show Members Only Palm Beach, and I'm really excited to be here and I'm excited to see what questions you have for me today.
Yes. So let's start off with like just you in general, like your background. So you did talk about on the show you growing up in Uzbekistan and then you leaving there at 5. Did I pronounce that right?
I'm sorry, I'm sick. And no, I remember seeing your YouTube now because you kept saying Uzbekistan. It's a B. It's Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan. I'm like, oh my God, this guy is hilarious.
Okay, so it's Uzbekistan.
Uzbekistan.
Oh God, you're gonna think I'm Gayle now.
I mean, almost.
Trust me, it's not on purpose. Okay, now talk just a little bit about when you said you left there at 5. I myself am an immigrant, so I was born in Haiti. So I related to you a lot on the show because growing up as an immigrant too, coming here, I did not speak any English like whatsoever, not a lick. I know I don't have an accent, but it's really because I left there young, just like you did. So just speak a little bit about you being there.
Well, I was 5. How old were you?
I was like 6.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
So when I came here when I was 5, my parents went straight to Philadelphia, even though we had a lot of family in New York. Some of the family went to Philadelphia. They kind of split up and we went to Philadelphia. So I grew up there in the Northeast area and then in the suburbs. And the first time I went to Florida, I think I was about 7, like between 7 and 9. I don't remember. But once I came here, I was like, what the heck are we doing? And
right.
Yeah, like I fell in love right away. And I always knew, like in the back of my mind, like this is where I'm going to end up one day. And when COVID happened, my brother ended up moving, which kind of like spiraled. And then my cousins were like, let's move. And we all just moved down together. My 2 cousins who are like my 2 best friends. And that's how I ended up here in the Palm Beach area. So.
Right. Now, a little bit about your years like in America, because for me, it was like the first few years were not easy just because of language. Like I remember even like crying in like 1st grade because I didn't know what was going on. So like, what was that like?
I have this funny memory because obviously I also did not speak, but luckily the student teacher in my kindergarten class was Russian.
Right.
But it's not like she really knew much English either. But she obviously knew more than me. And I remember telling her, like, it's my birthday. How do I say it's my birthday? Because I really wanted to tell my teacher, like, hey, it's my birthday. Like, let's celebrate. Right. And she told me to say happy birthday. So I remember like going up to the teacher and saying happy birthday. And she's like, okay, like it's not
right. It's not my birthday.
Like, happy birthday. And like, she got it. But to be honest, like that's really my only memory of like not knowing how to speak, because when you're 5 years old, like all of that just happens so fast, so natural, not as difficult as it was for my parents who took years to learn English. My dad was a little bit faster because he was put into like a business. He became a jeweler and he was put into a situation where he had to learn. And my mom, she worked with Russian people for 10 years, the first 10 years of our time in America. So she didn't speak a lick of English for 10 years. And then she was put into a different situation and she just had to learn. It's like, unless you practice, you'll never know. But us as kids, like we're in school, we're watching, TV. They still watch Russian TV, my parents. So like for them, it's like, you know, like that doesn't stop.
Right.
But for us, I think it's a little bit easier than that.
Oh yeah, for sure. They put you in like I remember playing like the Esau classes.
Yes, I had that too. I do.
Right.
And I just like have like very like small memories of Esau, but I was in Esau up until probably like 5th grade, until I left elementary school.
Same. Now on the show, you talked about also living in Bucks County, because I did speak to Rosalind. Now, how was life in Bucks County, Pennsylvania before moving to Palm Beach?
So I moved to Bucks County at 11. So I was like pretty young. It was middle of 6th grade. And you can imagine 6th grade, kids are really mean. Especially now that it was like March already. So it's like these kids have already created their friendships, created friends. And here I come in, the new girl. Apparently I dressed funny. I don't remember how I dressed in 6th grade, but I remember people making fun of my clothing. And obviously, because I was hairy, I had like big eyebrows, I had a mustache. I mean, I'm a Buharian Jew. Like, if you know what that is, you know that Buharian Jews are hairy as fuck. So, you know, and like the boys obviously thought that was funny. The girls made fun of me. You know, American girls, a lot of them are just like blonde, blue eyes. They don't have, you know, leg hair or arm hair or facial hair, but like an ethnic girl like me, we have all of that. And so it was definitely hard. And I think middle school was probably like the most difficult time in my life, but I'm a really strong bitch, so I got through it all. And all those I hate comments. They just don't get to me. I just don't care. Like, talk all the shit you want.
Right. No, I always feel like if you were not born here, though, like there's not a lot that can get to you.
Yeah, right.
Like,
it's
there's just not.
Skin. You're just thrown to the wolves. Like, you know, you just have to have thick skin.
You have to survive.
Yeah, like you go into survival mode, and it's like the fact that you are making fun of my eyebrows, like, how corny are you? But I remember like a boy like carved into like the science table, like in chemistry class, Romina has evil eyebrows. Like what come on, you know? All those bitches wish that they were with Romina. Let's just
now they were just watching like, oh my God. Now also in Bucks County, I know Rosalind, she told me that you took like a gym class of hers or something. How did you end up meeting her in Bucks County?
So my cousin used to take her dance fitness class. And at that time, this is like the truth, I wanted to create a pilot for a Bucks County Housewives.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I've always wanted to be on reality TV. I just felt like it was like would be the best gateway for like my music and my fashion. And I'm just so comfortable in front of a camera. I was doing so many of my own videos at the time for my businesses. And so I was talking to my cousin about it, and because we've also wanted to do like a family kind of TV show.
Right.
Oh, you got to talk to Rosalind. She's like really well connected. And so she introduced us. We went to lunch, we spoke, and we just became friends after that. And then when she moved to Florida and I was seeing all the fun stuff she was doing, because like other than my cousins, I didn't know anyone else. I reached out to her and we went to lunch, and then she started inviting me to these amazing events at Mar-a-Lago. And after a couple years was when the show was looking for people to be on, and she remembered that it's something I wanted. And one of the questions I think that the producer asked was like, who do you know with like amazing closets and like a lavish lifestyle? And she was like, oh, Romina. So
right.
have like a really, really awesome closet. And they obviously wanted people who were like, you know, wealthy and big personalities. So that's how I got on the show. And I think they wanted to show like the new girl in Palm Beach. So it was just like the perfect fit at the perfect time, because I was the new girl and I was going to these clubs, you know, and Rosalind was embarrassed by the way that I was dressing. I remember like sending her a picture of my outfit and I'm like, is this good? And she's like, no. And I still wore it. I was like, oh, I can't like, this is how I dress. This is what I have. I don't have anything else today. If I get set on an outfit, you can't get me away from that. So
it's so interesting to see how like shows and stuff come about, because I'm like, once again, I'm a big reality TV fanatic. So like I watch Housewives, like everything. So when I saw it, what made me kind of really watch this, because I like Housewives, so I was like, this is looking like Housewives, so let me watch it. And then like I was hooked since then. So yeah. Now also, what was like the ultimate decision to like, I have to move to Palm Beach? I know you mentioned a little bit of COVID. So was that a little bit, and your family was moving there as well?
Yeah, I think like because like so me and my cousins we're like a pack of wolves. We just like always
Mhm.
stick together. We lived in the same neighborhood in Philly multiple times, and like from house to house, we like literally
Yeah.
just move as a pack. And once they were like, "I'm moving," I told my husband, I'm like, "We have to go. Like
Right.
this is like the kind of like just that last draw like this because we always talked about moving me and my husband I always told him like I want to move where it's warm. I hate winter, like I can't do this anymore because
Yeah.
like my bones start to hurt, like I hate it. And when we found this neighborhood that I live in, we fell in love and we took the leap. We had no idea what we were doing. We had
Mhm.
no idea if we were going to love it. Honestly, I hated it the first year. I was like, where am I?
Yeah.
Like, you know, because it gets hard. You don't have any friends. And even though I had my cousins, they were busy with their business at the time. They opened like a gorgeous luxury spa.
Oh,
And
no.
so they were like, they were busy doing that.
Right.
And I ended up getting pregnant, and
Yeah.
I was living in construction, pregnant and just like miserable. And then the show happened. But also I just met a lot of really amazing people, and
Mhm.
I wouldn't change it for the world.
Now you moved to Palm Beach. What was your first impressions of the social scene? Like, what were you thinking of when you started going out to events and everything? Were you thinking like, what the did I just do?
I mean, it really is like how Rosalind explains it. Like it's a real life, like fairy tale. I know that seems so cheesy, but it like
Mhm.
is like you're going to a ball, like you're dressing up in these gowns. I never went, like I did go to galas. I'm not gonna lie. I went to
Yeah.
like LA and New York. I've been to like big charity events, but it was like a once a year, like once, twice a year type thing. Here it's like every day there is some kind of event. And
Yes.
everyone's dressing up in these gowns constantly. It's like an everyday thing. And I just thought it was like crazy because it is a lot of sparkles and a lot of like glitter. And it's like you're going to like a prom. Like it's almost like, like the prom dress works out at these
Right.
clubs. Like it's okay to wear a prom dress because that you just like kind of fit in. But then I was wearing some of my Romy Runway pieces, which you literally stand out. You do not fit in.
Mhm. Yeah, I went on the website. We're gonna get into that in a little bit. The Romeo runway. Now, where you said you watch Housewives. So besides Housewives, were you like a huge reality TV like fanatic? You say you wanted to be on reality TV. So like, were you into like the Housewives?
I actually
Like
watched The Housewives.
yeah,
Like I literally never did. I watched Jersey Shore. I watched The
yes.
Kardashians.
Mhm.
I watched The Real World. I watched the other day. I remembered I also used to watch the Tyra Banks, like the America's Next Top Model. I actually tried out for America's Next Top Model.
Oh, for real?
I tried out for the Real World too. Did not get
Uh-huh.
it. But like, yeah, so those were like my main. I tried to watch Housewives. I wasn't really, I don't know. I never got into it. My husband was into it. He watched it.
Mm. Okay, nice, nice, yes, yeah. No, I in certain cities that like are like like a Salt Lake or Atlanta that you would watch, you're like, oh, okay, like this is like
Maybe. I
really
never
good.
tried.
Hmm.
I never tried, so I don't know. I tried like the New Jersey. I watched like a couple episodes and like Beverly Hills, I think, and that was it.
Yeah. Now let's talk about you just being on the show. Now, a few of the men ended up making significant appearances. One being your husband. So, what was the conversation like? Getting approached to do the show. Like, was he like comfortable with it? Was he like, I don't know?
So he always knew that this is what I wanted.
Hmm.
And since he was like a fan of reality TV, I feel like even though he wasn't like jumping at the opportunity, he wasn't
Hmm.
opposed to it either. He was just like, okay, like let's see where this goes. Like he was very chill about it.
Yeah.
I do make fun of him a little bit because he's been working out, and I swear he's been working out his whole life, but there was like a time where he kind of like wasn't like trying hard.
Right.
But as soon as the show got greenlit, he started working out
He's like,
hardcore.
we're gonna have to go to events.
Yeah, no, for real. And now
Yeah.
he's like in the best shape of his life, and I'm
Yeah.
so proud of him. But I swear it was like the show getting greenlit.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Now let's talk about your familiarity with some of the women. Of course, like before the show. Of course, you knew Rosalind. Now let's talk about your familiarity with Maria. Like, how did you and her end up becoming so close? Was it due to filming, or did you know her a little bit beforehand?
I knew her beforehand because I hired her for my birthday. I wanted a girl DJ and I heard
Mhm.
about Tumbles and I called her. And I remember from the second I called her, because I guess someone told her I was going to call,
Yeah,
she started talking to me like she knew me for 10 years. She started telling me about like something about her fish tank and like this guy that's there and he like annoys her. And I'm just like sitting there like, okay. Like,
right, right.
literally my first time calling, it was hilarious. But right away I knew that like me and her were going to be friends
Yeah,
and we just like started talking every day. So
right. Now, of course, we saw you meet Hillary. So on the show, was that your first time ever meeting her?
yeah, I don't know how to turn off these like dings on my computer. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
So I don't know if you hear it or not,
Yeah,
but
a little bit. And
sorry.
then, no, you're fine, fine. And then Taja.
So Taja I met
Mhm.
literally half an hour after um, finding out about the show. So like Rosalind called me and said, "Hey, there is this show opportunity. Would you be interested?" And I was like, "Of course."
Mhm.
And I'm literally like texting with like the producer, and I was on my way to a charity event, just so happens, and that's where I met Taja, and she came up to me and she goes, "You look really familiar," and I was like, "I don't know you," and then she says her name and what she does, and I was like, "Wow, well, I literally just heard about you,"
Right.
and so that was like one of those like serendipitous moments, you know.
Mhm.
But Hillary, I met on the first day of filming, and I did not realize that she was one of the like main cast because they had mentioned this other lady, but they didn't really
Right.
tell me too much about her. And I was like, who is this lady trying to like get into our conversation? Because there was like a little bit of an argument going on, and she like came in there like a wrecking ball.
Oh,
And
wait, argument between who?
I'm I won't get into it
Oh, okay.
because yeah, they didn't like post about it, but
Okay.
yeah, it was like whatever. I don't know if I should get into it or not,
Gotcha.
but she came in there like a wrecking ball, and I was like, who is this lady? And
Yeah.
but yeah, it was fun.
Now, a lot of the show was you getting a mentor to live the Palm Beach lifestyle. So going into filming, was that something that you wanted to do, was get a mentor, or was that something that just naturally happened?
Just naturally happened because
Yeah.
like I said, like Rosalind was inviting me to
Mhm.
these events, and I had wore something that like broke the news or something. And yeah, and she goes, "Oh my God, like we were like with the Marine Corps and you were not dressed appropriately and like the Daily News or someone was like writing about it." And I was like, "Did they say my name?"
Am I on the cover?
Like, wait, but like I didn't see it. Like, do I have a
Right.
news article about me? You know, like I
Right,
got
right.
excited about that.
Yeah.
I only saw like the positive in this, but she was like embarrassed and she
Mhm.
goes, "I need to like teach you, you know, like the way of things," because when she came to Palm Beach,
Mhm.
one grand dam or whoever was told to her, like, "Darling, you don't show your boobs and your knees."
Right.
So that was like, and she was just like passing down this like rule book information to me, and they really, just liked that storyline because they wanted to show how difficult it is to be a member of society in the Palm Beach area.
Right. Now, watching it back, would there be anything you would do different in regards to you getting mentored?
No,
Mentored.
no, I
No.
mean, like all I can do is be myself. I feel like I was 100% myself the entire time.
Mhm.
Like I answered like whatever I felt in that moment is how I acted. So
Right.
think I would change anything. I don't think I did anything that was embarrassing.
Mhm.
It's very difficult for me to be embarrassed. Like it takes a lot
Same.
for me. But yeah, like I don't really get embarrassed. Like I am who I am. Take it or leave it. That's
Yeah.
how it is.
Gotcha. Now, also we see you and Maria's friendship. It was on full display throughout the whole season. How important was she to you during filming? And do you think you would have lasted the whole series filming if she was not there?
Yeah, I think I would have lasted if she wasn't there because I always still had like Rosalind. Like she
Right.
is, even though she was hard on me a lot, she really does wish the best for me. It was just she was also under a lot of pressure and she just knew how difficult it was to be accepted by these people. And like she really cares to be accepted. I kind of feel like, yeah, I want to be accepted, but I'm also, I don't need to like change myself for it,
Right.
That's how I am. But Maria, like me and her just have like a lot in common. We're both crazy, like in the sense of like we're like party people. We like to dance. We're the life of the party. We make sure everyone has fun. She's a DJ. I'm a singer. So we have like music in common, and she's a very funny person. Like she's really fast with her like comebacks and like funny
Right.
I'm not as fast. So it's nice to have someone, and my cousins are like that. Like they're super fast with their comebacks. So like she reminded me of my cousins a lot with that. And so, and like I'm not like a sensitive person. You can make fun of me and I'll laugh with you. And that's what like me and her kind of have in common, like let's just like be easy, have fun, and laugh our way through all of this.
Right. Now we did see the relationship get a little rocky. Now watching it back, it was really about Maria being very emotional. Watching it back, what was the conversation like between you and Maria? Like watching it back, were you like, anyways, like calling her like, "Oh my bad," like I didn't mean it like that. Like I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
I did actually. So we actually watched the first 3 episodes together. We woke up
Uh-huh.
at 3 a.m. because like the show was released at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
our time. So we woke up at 3 a.m. I drove to her house. We were like in our PJs and we watched and we laughed and then after I watched on my own was when I saw our therapy session together, and I did call her. I was like, I do feel like I was a little mean. I'm sorry. Like I wasn't trying to be mean. And she's like, I also wasn't trying to cry all the time. She was just going through like hormonal changes
Yeah.
in her body, and those changes cause you to cry and feel a type of way. And also on top of like filming is a lot of pressure,
Right.
and from
And
these
it's you guys' first show too.
to our first show,
Yeah.
all these women putting pressure on us, telling us we're going to be blacklisted, like don't act like this, act like this. So it's like there's just so much pressure, and I feel like it like just took a toll on her emotionally. But she's not normally that much of a crybaby. Like normally we have fun,
Yeah.
but you have to understand that like being in the spotlight sometimes, I guess, is not everyone can handle it, and again all the pressure that these women are putting on us,
Right.
because Maria's, even though she was at one point trying to be a mentor to me, she's also a little bit of a mentee because she's also trying to make it in the Palm Beach world.
Right. Now, have you guys been to friendship therapy since?
No, not yet.
No.
We've been pretty good since then. One
Uh-huh.
session was enough.
Yeah.
um, but she does therapy on her own, and I'm actually seeing the therapist today too. um,
Okay. Yes.
we see the same therapist. I've been with Roman a couple times. Andrea is great,
Uh-huh.
and I never really had therapy before all of this, but I do enjoy it, and I feel like it's a
Right.
nice outlet to just like venting always helps. That's why they say actually
Right.
women live longer than men, because women are way better at like releasing all of our feelings, whereas men tend to like keep it inside. So I really believe that like whatever form of venting you can do, it's like the best thing for you.
Right. Therapy is the best because it's like you don't have to worry about that person telling your business too.
Yeah, exactly. So like if you don't have like reliable friends that you can really trust, then it's important to get a therapist, I think.
Yeah. Now, one of your first scenes, you end up meeting Gayle. Okay. Now, this is at the tea party and everything like that. So, what were your first impressions just meeting her? We saw your reaction to her and everything at the tea party, but what were you thinking in that scene?
I was thinking like these women are ridiculous. Like, is this
You thought it was a joke.
really? Like, yeah, I was like, is this really how it is? Okay. Well, if this is how it is, like, I'm going to sit and I'm going to learn because obviously these people have become very successful in life and they've achieved great things. And I am one of those people who wants to achieve great things and keep achieving more. And I've already done a lot for my age, but I feel like there's never a limit. Like the sky's the limit to me. You know, some people are content and they're happy in their lives. I'm just not that person to ever be like content. Like I see more. You know, there's like this saying, like all I ever wanted was everything. Like I always want more. I feel like there's always new heights to reach. And I don't see anything bad in that. I feel like that's a admirable quality to have personally.
Right. Now in that scene, so we get the passing of the crown. Okay. Now watching it like and being there, were you like laughing at it as well? Were you just like, oh, they're probably doing like a skit thing? Like watching all of that back, and then you saw even the passing of the baton too. What were you thinking watching it?
Yeah, well, I thought it was a little ridiculous because if you paid attention, like Gayle was in this big hat, and so the crown was like
it was like a Kentucky Derby hat.
Yeah, but then they put the crown on top of the hat, and the crown is like facing down, and I'm like,
right,
what is going on? I mean, I don't know. I don't know what that was all about, but is there a Queen of Palm Beach? They're self-appointed queens. There's no like, you know, this isn't fucking England where there's an actual queen. Like, let's
right. You guys don't have a ball and do a ceremony to crown the queen.
Not that I know of, but I'm also new here, so who
knows? Now, also there was this whole thing that became between you, Marie, and Rosalind about someone saying that you would never make it in Palm Beach. Who do you think actually said it? And do you think it was just words spun around? What do you think happened with that whole situation?
Well, Rosalind said it a few times. She said, if Romina doesn't listen to me, she's never going to make it in Palm Beach. But it's funny because she says, I never said that, but she did say it. She just said it in the context of, and that's what Maria was like, Rosalind said this, you know, about you. And Rosalind's like,
right.
But like, you can see that when she's in the chair, she actually says that a few times, like, Romina won't make it if she doesn't listen to me.
Right.
Listen to her in order to make it. Is that true? Like, listen, Rosalind is the one that invited me to most of the events. Now I've met other people and I get invited by other people. So like one of the things I think I said in one of the episodes, like these 5 women do not control all of Palm Beach. There's a lot of different groups. So if one doesn't invite me, another person will. So it's okay. You know, like I feel like there are those people that need that like performative version of a human, or there's other people that like the real deal. Like I'm very like simple, you know, like even though I'm a lot, I'm also like, I'll tell you how I feel, you know, I don't like lie. I'm not like, you know, like I'm just myself, not like be anyone else.
Gotcha. Now let's talk about the birthday invite. Okay. Now the birthday invite caused a lot of like stir. Were you shocked at how some of the women took offense to it? And would you change it looking back on it? Because it was you added some charities and then you said, I'll take some cash.
Yeah. So I feel like I've already talked about this a million times, but let me explain myself. So in my culture, as I've said, like when we have a party, it is like a wedding. Like my parties are like weddings. Like they cost the same amount of a wedding as a wedding does. Like it's a huge, huge event. So when you go to a wedding, you normally bring a gift. When you go to a birthday, you normally bring a gift. It's just proper etiquette, right? To bring a gift to the birthday girl. So all my friends, I'm filming. So I'm busy. Like when we're filming, we're so busy all day. It's intense. So my friends were asking my cousins, what should we bring? What should we bring her? And my cousins were just like, bring cash. Like you don't have to like think too hard. Just like fucking write a check, put some cash in an envelope. There you go. Now my friends were like, oh, but that's so impersonal. Like we can't do that. And so my cousins were like, dude, like, I don't know what to tell them. Like, what do you want? I'm like, you know what? I'll just do like a mass text message and I'll let them know.
Right.
So I did this message specifically for my friends. Like it wasn't like for Palm Beach or like this Palm Beach party. It was like for my friends, you know, like, and if it's like, if you're my friend, then you're going to know like that this is like this is all I need. In Philadelphia, all my friends were Russian. So it wasn't ever something that was like necessary to put on an invitation. And I didn't put it on the invitation. I just sent a mass text message.
Oh, gotcha.
Like they said, I put it on my invitation. No, it was just a text message that, you know, like paper post,
right.
Like an invitation app.
Yeah.
You can write like a message after the fact. But anyways, like it's not something I ever had to do before because the Russians in Philly, like, no, you come to a party, you pay for your seat, kind of, you know what I mean? Like it's just how it's just what's accepted. And obviously here it's not accepted. But you know what's funny is that literally 2 months later, when it was Rosalind's birthday, or a month later, Gayle sent us a mass text message. Okay, a mass text message to all of Rosalind's friends saying, "Hey, it's Rosalind's birthday. Let's pitch into a gift. How about everyone sends me $200?" I'm like,
oh, right. See, I'm the type of person, I want cash for my birthday. I don't care. I don't want you to get me anything and then I don't like it. And then I'm going to have to return it.
Okay, but is there a difference by saying, like, give me $200 so I can go buy a gift rather than bring, and I said, gifts are not necessary. Like, this is what I wrote, big letters. But if you want to bring me something, because obviously people they're not going to come empty-handed. People never come empty-handed to a birthday.
Right.
It's like, if you want to bring me something, make it simple, make it cash. There's no registry. There's no fucking request. Just like put a fucking envelope. Like it was blown out of proportion because, you know, I mean, it was obviously blown out of proportion by Gayle.
Right.
Not the Palm Beach way, but it wasn't a Palm Beach party. And this is where like we got into it about the culture because I'm like, this is my party. So I'm allowed to do what I want to do. You can't judge me for what I want to do. Right.
Right. Like, no, I get literally as older as I got, my parents, I don't remember them getting me anything else but cash for my birthday. Like they just put an envelope together, they put money in there and they're like, here. Like, because it's like they don't know it's not like they don't know me, but it's like they don't want to get the wrong thing and I don't like it.
Exactly. And that's what Maria says, like cash, it's one size fits all, you know? Like,
exactly.
You don't have to worry about being big or small. I mean, also like I'm like, again, we're filming. I don't need to be like carrying stuff home. Can you imagine? Like,
yeah, that'd be a lot of stuff.
Like I had like over 100 people at this party. Can you imagine if I had to bring bottles, pots, clothes, flowers? Like there would not have been enough room in the car. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, no, trust me, that to me was the most ridiculous thing out of all of it because I'm like, it's her birthday. But that
was like the one thing that I got really heated about. Like everything else, when they were like making fun of my clothes or my singing or whatever the fuck else they're like making fun of, I didn't care. I was like, I really don't care. Say whatever you want. Like if you don't think I dress right, don't fucking invite me, you know? But this was like something.
Your birthday.
Because also imagine like this is the whole world is going to see this and they're going to think that I'm like some money hungry like bitch. Like no, that's not what this was about. I wasn't begging people to bring me money. Like that's not, and that's how they wanted to like make it seem. That's how Gayle was trying to make it seem, or like Rosalind when she's like, well, I don't think Romina's very generous. Like that's not nice because out of all of the events that she did while we were filming, I don't think she spent a penny. I spent over 50 grand on my party for filming. Like it wasn't for filming. I was going to have my party anyway, but obviously I like made it a little bigger for, you know, for filming. Why not? Like here I am. I get to be on Netflix. Why not like amplify what I'm going to do normally? Yeah. I don't know. It was definitely a stressful time, but I made it through.
Yeah, you did. And to me, like I said before, I do think the season would not be a season if you were not there. Now let's talk a little bit about the etiquette of it all. Have you changed your way of dressing at events since filming has commenced?
Sure. Not really. I mean, I'm always gonna be myself.
She's lying, guys.
I feel like to be honest, now it's almost like I want to dress incorrectly. Just
right, because then they'll notice you.
Right. You know, just like in spite, like, look, yes, I can and I will. Like, I'm just that kind of person, you know, like, it's like, don't tell me I can't do something. Like, I'll like want to do it more, you know?
Yeah, no, I understand. Now, there was one scene that did cause a little bit of controversy was the um etiquette class with you, Gail, and Rosalind, and then the whole country thing got brought up. How was it watching that back? And did you think it was going to cause as much stir on the internet as much as it did?
Listen, so I didn't know that she said she should go back to one of her countries because I was
Mhm.
like talking to the etiquette teacher at that moment.
Right,
So for me, when I watched that back, I was like, damn, like she said that, like getting my country wrong is like one thing because my whole life, when I would say I'm from Uzbekistan, everyone always answers like Pakistan. Like it was already
right,
like, I've been used to that. Like that was nothing new. No one, usually they only say it one time, not like 10 times.
right.
But, um, but the fact that she said that she should go back to one of her countries, I mean, I didn't know that, but I knew the fact that she kept getting the country wrong. Like if they would air that people would find that inappropriate, you know, when she's trying
Mm,
to tell me to have good etiquette, like, look at what you're doing. Like, that's not good etiquette. And that's really showing that you're uneducated. So not only do you not have good etiquette, but you don't even have good education.
yeah, yeah. That was when I once I saw it air because this is before like I watched it early. Like I watched it the day I think New Year's Day it was really early in the year. And when I saw that I was like, oh god, this is gonna like go viral. That one scene, and it did. So
Yeah,
yeah.
people,
Hmm.
most people that write to me write about that. And I feel like, listen, I think everyone gets what they deserve, you know? Like karma is a real thing. So
Right. Now that I feel like you are the reality TV first, and I'm gonna say this, you're the first reality TV person I've seen break out in hives due to filming. After that happened, was there any part of you that was like, okay, like maybe I need to take like a break or something?
well, yeah, it was definitely scary because
Yeah.
my mind, like I'm not stressing so much. Like I'm stressing, but I'm thinking that like I'm handling it. But obviously, it's all so much inside of me that it's like coming out through other, forms
Ways.
of,
Right.
yeah, like, the like most rashes start from stress. So, um I was definitely like, okay, like I have to figure out a way where I'm not like where I'm like kind of like not thinking about this too much. But it's not easy. And it wasn't just like the filming, it was what these women were putting me through and like, judging me for and pushing like, pushing my buttons. It was like all
Mm,
the buttons that I have were being pressed.
right.
But that's what we signed up for, and that's what I signed up for moving to Florida. But
Right.
okay.
Now watching some of the girls like personal storylines on the show, which storyline, like personal storyline kind of changed your view of them? Like maybe now you think of them differently, maybe in a positive or a negative way, like watching the show.
I think maybe I'd say Hillary. I
Mhm.
feel like I expected her to be a little like worse and like more mean.
Yeah.
And I do feel like she had some mean girl moments, but I also feel like she's kind of like, I don't know, just like more mature than
Yeah.
most, like, and and I respect her. I understand all of them, I feel like, for who they are,
Right.
and I respect Hillary. I mean, I didn't, I'll tell you when I respected her the most
Yeah.
in this show was when she said that her husband was the like doorman, because I knew the story, but I never talked about it with her.
Right.
And I know that she would actually say that on TV. Nobody like told us that she would, admit to that.
Right.
So I'm happy that she admitted to that because that showed me she's a real person, because I would have admitted to that had that been me, because I'm not embarrassed of any life decisions that I make or choices that I make. So I would have admitted to it. So I'm glad that she did, because that kind of showed that like she's a real bitch.
Right. Yeah, I have the same answer to that because when I started watching it, I was like, oh, they're gonna give her the villain edit. But then Gail came along. But like when as I kept watching, I was like, oh, like she's actually like not bad at all. Like watching throughout the whole thing, at least. So
Yeah,
yeah.
I think so too. I mean, like we all had our moments,
Right.
but I feel like she mostly said it how it is, so.
Yeah. Now, also, were there any moments that you wish had been shown that maybe were like cut out in the final cut, like any scenes that you shot that you're like, oh, I wish you guys saw this? Because we didn't get the deleted scenes, but I see everybody posting it. I'm like, I wish they put more scenes in there.
There's a few deleted scenes I have not revealed yet, and
Yeah.
those will probably be the ones where I'm just, I do kind of wish that they were out, because it would put a certain person into a certain light, but I don't want to start the drama. I'm
Gotcha.
not
Season 2.
I'm not like I really am.
Yeah.
I'm not a drama starter.
Right.
I don't like that. I'm here. I live my life for like me, my family, my ambitions, my goals, my dreams, my
Right.
businesses. Like that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm doing in Palm Beach. That's what I'm doing within this, group of women. I just want to get farther, be more successful, and live more lavishly.
Right. Now let's talk about being successful. I did check out your website with your clothing, the Romy Runway. Please talk a little bit more about that. And then how did you want to start getting into like the fashion industry?
Yeah, so I started designing clothes like as a kid, but like actually getting stuff made, I've been doing for about 7 or 8 years. It was before my second son was born.
Mhm.
Uh, I found a girl that like was really good at sketches. I'm not like
Yeah.
the best artist, but I can draw what I want. And so I was working with her to like get my sketches into like a more like formal way. And then she connected me to this amazing factory in New York who was working with like the top designers. Like they worked with Laquan Smith and Ralph Lauren and just like all the top brands that worked with leather. It was specifically like a leather factory.
Yeah.
So I started making some of my first pieces with them. And then my husband kind of talked me into doing more of like affordable clothing and not like the super high-end fashion.
Mhm.
And I kind of took a break, and then I got pregnant with my third son. And I was upset because I wanted a girl. And here I am, like having my third child, and now it's
Mhm.
again a boy. And
Right.
yeah, I was like, oh my God, life is over. Yeah. And I just like I needed an outlet to make me happy again. And so I decided to really pursue my clothing brand full throttle, and I did it while I was pregnant. And
Right.
and so I started working with other factories that were more affordable, and I launched my website when while I was still pregnant, and
Mhm.
my friend was modeling for me because I was obviously too big, but I think I still might have some of my photos, like some of my dresses were like meant to grow with you as your stomach grew, so they're like
Oh, nice.
stretchy. Yeah, that was like not the patent leather stuff, obviously, but there was
Right.
a few other dresses that like grow with you as you get bigger.
Right.
And so that was like one of the angles I was trying to go for, because it's really hard to find cute clothes when you're
Right.
pregnant. And not everyone wants to spend money on a pregnancy dress. So I wanted to
Right.
create outfits that you could wear before, during, and after. And so I have these really soft and stretchy dresses. And yeah, and I really had fun with it, and I'm still having fun with it. And obviously I want to grow and become, a huge company, but it takes time, and I'm working on it. I'm still like a one-man show, so
Yeah.
trying my best. And
That's a really good idea. That's like Shark Tank level, like the growing of the belly with the. I never heard of that before until you said it.
oh, I love
Yeah,
that. Maybe
that's
I
a
should.
good. Right. I'll cut it out.
I know that. That's
Right. Right.
exciting.
Right. Now let's talk about your music career as well. Now, what would you describe your music as? And then also, if you were to have a dream collab, who would it be with?
Ooh,
Yes.
oh, there's so many dream collabs that I would have, but I guess oh man, I don't know. I can't just choose one. Lady
Choose
Gaga.
two. Okay. Uh-huh.
Because I actually have a pair of Lady Gaga shoes that I won in an auction.
Nice.
years ago that she wore to the Super Bowl, and she has like the other pair because it's like two different shoes. So we're like, she always, they said like whoever gets these shoes is going to be like connected to her forever. So
nice.
these shoes for good luck. So Lady Gaga definitely, but also like I want to work with top DJs like Calvin Harris, David Guetta, or Tiesto are my like top three. My music is mostly dance music, but it's like dance pop. So urban pop, dance pop. I have some songs where I'm like rapping. I love to rap. Like it's so much fun for me. But I also just love like the dance music scene. So
Right. Nice. Now, what do you think is the biggest misconception of you, like of you watching the show? Like, what do you think people are getting like the biggest misconception of you just watching it?
Maybe that like I don't take anything seriously. I don't know. I feel like some people may laugh and be like, "Oh, she thinks she's a singer." Like, "Oh, she thinks she's a fashion designer." I feel like a lot of people haven't taken me seriously with my music or my clothing, but that never stopped me before, and it's not going to stop me now.
Right.
I do take my music and my fashion very seriously, and I do want to grow this into businesses. I mean, being an artist is also being your own like business, you know, like you are the character that you show. And like a lot of my songs are about getting famous. A lot of my songs are about like following your dreams and like never giving up and being the queen of the night. That's the name of one of my songs. Like that's what I wrote about because that's what I've been working and wanting since I was 5 years old. Like when I was 5 years old and I came to America and I didn't speak English, I remember going to music class and learning a song. You don't need to know the language, you just need to know like the sounds. And I learned the song that the teacher asked us to sing, and she was like, "Wow, you have a beautiful voice." And I realized like I love this. This was like that was like the most fun I ever had, was like learning this song. And my dad watched a lot of concerts, and I was named after a famous a famous Italian singer, and she was famous in Russia. And so like I had all these connections to music because of my parents, because of who I was named after, and because of like not speaking English and enjoying learning a song so much. So it's just something I always wanted, and I'm almost 40 and it hasn't gone away. So I guess it's, you know, it's something I have to do.
Right. And that's what I think a lot of the viewers I resonated with you. They saw like the drive that you had. And I think that's why like a lot of people like went towards you as like the main person of the show.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really who I am. Like anyone that knows me knows this is what I've always wanted. That I've never like, you know, strode like aside from this. Like this was always my road, and I've been on it for a really long time. And I hope obviously that I can get somewhere with it. So my goal is to really work with one of the top DJs, because I feel like that's how I can get like a hit song, you know, and people that, because a lot of people I think don't know that I'm actually a singer. I don't think people are realizing that I'm singing my songs on the show, and they're using a few of my songs within that episode on the show. That's me. And I don't think people get it. Like they think I'm probably just singing, you know, like on stage, like what I wrote.
Gotcha. Now, if you could, watching the show, would there be anything you would change during filming if you could go back?
Well, they cut out the whole fashion show that I had at my party, which...
Are you serious?
Yeah, and it was gorgeous, you know, and the models were beautiful and the outfits looked amazing. I'm asking for my friends to like send me videos, whoever filmed. So I'm getting like bits and pieces of the video.
Putting your own clip together.
Put my own clip together. Hopefully in season 2 they'll show. I'll do like another fashion show, hopefully, and they'll show some of my newer designs. But yeah, that was a little upsetting to me because I worked really hard for it. I put a lot of money into it, and obviously I was hoping that they would show. And there was like one segment like in the beginning of like season episode 1 where I'm like walking on the runway with one of my models, but it was like a clip, you know, like a tiny 1-second clip.
Right. And y'all go to her website. Y'all know I don't lie. I looked at the website. I said, "Oh, these clothes actually look really good. Like they actually look really good." Like I'm not saying this because I interview you. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't think they were good. They're good, y'all. So please go to her website.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun, sexy vibe, and it's like it's who I am. So I feel like the people that have fell in love with me, they've went and they've bought stuff, which is like the world to me. You know, like it's like every time I get a sale, I'm like, oh my god, like I'm so happy. It means so much to me that people want to support me and want to be a part of my journey.
Right. Now we're gonna play a quick game to end it off. It's really fun, okay? It's called faux pas or just palm. So faux pas is of course like a no, and then what you think this situation they're all related to the show, right? So and then just palm that's just Palm Beach. It happens, okay? So I'm gonna give
or just palm.
Just palm. And I'm gonna give you two situations. You're gonna have to name one situation faux pas and the other one just palm, okay?
Oh. I have to choose?
You ready? Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
It's just 5. It's really quick and fast. Okay. So it's like a Watch What Happens live version, like Andy does with the games.
Okay, let's do it.
All right. So first situation: Maria motorboating Hillary and Gayle allegedly being escorted out by the Secret Service, like Hillary said on the show. Which is faux pas or which is just palm?
Well, both of those things happened, but I guess Gayle getting escorted, that's just palm.
Oh, just
Maria doing the motorboat, that was a faux pas because she actually didn't even get to do the motorboat. Hillary pushed her away.
Next we have Hillary not inviting Rosalind to the charity event or Maria's naked dancer that she brought out at her event. Which is faux pas, which is just palm?
Hillary not inviting Rosalind, that is just palm. Okay. Maria having a naked dancer, that was a faux pas.
Next we have Gayle name dropping or Gayle passing the baton to Rosalind.
Gayle name dropping, just palm. Passing the baton, faux pas.
Faux pas, gotcha. Next we have Tasha kicking Gayle out of her premiere party and Gayle bringing her Rolodex to the party.
Tasha kicking Gayle, just palm. Gayle bringing the Rolodex, faux pas.
Oh my gotcha. And then last one, Hillary uninviting Maria to her wedding and Rosalind wearing her cleavage out and showing knees at the same time.
Hillary uninviting Maria, faux pas. Rosalind cleavage and knees, just palm.
Just palm, gotcha. And that ends the game. Okay, now just some final questions. So do you want to do like a season 2 if it's greenlit?
100% I want to do a season 2. How else am I gonna create the success that I'm so wanting? You know, this is me, I feel like putting my life out there and for people to see that I'm serious and I'm not just this, you know, little girl running around saying that I have all these dreams. I feel like I really take all my stuff seriously. And I feel like the more people see me, the more they'll see that and the more fans I'll gain. So definitely a season 2. Gotcha. We're supposed to possibly find out today. So.
Oh, for real? Oh, I wish I could get an exclusive, but I know you can't.
No, I don't know yet.
No, right. Now,
I don't see the messages yet. So
right. Now, if producer were to reach out like, hey, we need some new people, we need some new blood, it's probably going to be about 8 people. Like, can you think of anybody you would want to bring on to add maybe as friends or no?
I have sent a couple options. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah. You never know. I mean, they interviewed so many people for season 1 and this group was just the ones that they chose because I think we're just like the most outspoken group.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. You can't be like quiet on reality TV like that. Right. You have to be outspoken. You have to be real and you have to not be afraid to say what you think. And I think that's why personally, like I did so well because I am so not afraid to say what I think. This is just, I'm unfiltered in life always. As you see, I talk so much. So, you know, for me, it's like, it's simple, but not everyone is unfiltered like I am. And And that's why, like, if you want to, you know, succeed in reality TV, you have to be unfiltered. You have to be raw. You have to be real.
Right. Now, one last question. Is there any charity work or just any projects that you're doing as of now? Because one thing they highlighted was charity work. And then, of course, your personal projects that you want the fans to know about.
Yeah, so definitely my 2 new songs that I released in December, Temptation and Dreamer. Dreamer is about you know, not giving up on your dreams and really pursuing it like head on and never giving up. So I love that song, and I feel like it aligns with everything that I have going on in my life right now, with like the show and being on Netflix and being in Palm Beach and not listening to all the noise. So that's for sure. And then I'm also working on a Palm Beach line for Romy Runway. So we'll see how that works out.
Oh, nice.
This is going to be like a more couture line, so definitely going to be more expensive, but we'll see how that works out.
And so, all right, perfect. All right. Anything else you want to let any of the fans know before we head out of here? And tell them where to find you on all social media platforms.
Okay, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Obviously, like, that's the most and biggest support that we can get, is watching the show from start to finish. You can find me on Instagram at ro.mina.official. And my website is romyrunway.com, ROMI runway. And I just, like, I'm so thankful, you know, I'm so thankful for all the support, all the love, all my love letters. That's what I call them, from the fans. And kind of like, I feel like so corny saying that, but it is like what's happening. And I'm so grateful and so thankful. And people like recognize me on the street. I'm like, yeah, like, I'm like, I really am like a little girl, like in a candy store, you know, like excited. And I'm just thankful. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Romina, for doing this too. Like, thank you. Please, you guys, all of her social media will be in the description box and pinned in the comments below, and her website as well. Please, y'all go over there and get some stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you. And we're out, y'all. Night.